right down on top of my foot and butt end first. Luckily the ground was soft and that bounced back up in the air because of the weight of the other tree on it. Anyway, cut the tendon off to the big toe.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Riley?
Here.
Mrs. Minnie? Here. Mr. Flansburgh?
Here.
Mr. Apple?
Here.
Mrs. Trumbull here.
Okay. Do we have a motion to accept our consent agenda?
I'll make a motion to
Or
accept.
let me give you the figures of $91,601.90. 91,601.
609.
Pardon me?
91,609.90, right? Yeah. $91,609.90 more.
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm having that for some reason. Okay. Somebody like to?
I will make that motion to accept the consent agenda for $91,609.90.
Thank you. Is there a second? I'll second. Are there any questions, any statements? If not, ask for a roll call vote, please.
Mrs. Minnie?
Yes.
Mr. Apple?
Yes.
Mr. Browett?
Yes.
Mr. Flansburgh?
Yes.
Mrs. Trumbull, yes.
Okay, moving on. Citizens wishing to address the trustee board. I'm going to take these as they come along. Joanne Monahan.
Thanks, Mike. I have a concern about the, I'm not sure even who owns it, the tree business that's north of your house. You know, is it Louis Carful? Is that who owns the business? I don't know. But I was driving down the street the other day and one of the white monster trucks is maneuvering and turning so close to the roadway and so close to the pavement that I thought I was going to get hit. I think it's a dangerous, dangerous place. They now have saws out on the easement, and you have the box cars that are supposedly blocking it. You've got cars parked out of that area into the easement of the road. I don't know what, I'd like to know what's happening with that, and is anything happening?
Okay, thank you.
Joanne, can I have your address, please?
8350 Lakeshore Road.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Don Fletcher.
Thank you. Don Fletcher at 8360 Lakeshore. First of all, I'd like to thank the township for escalating the problem, which is the eyesore on M25. It's been going for more than a year, and it happens to be a person that spent years in Fort Gratiot, and really they had a very difficult time in resolving this. I know that there has been some citations that have been issued, and then you did take him to district court, and there was an agreement. I will have to say that from the extreme issues, there has been some improvement, although from day to day it varies. It is an eyesore, and we've gone now from one eyesore to two eyesores. So a lot of what was back in the first lot is now, there's a second lot. And I've never ever seen an open air sawmill right next to the highway, which I think has got to be a violation. And I would ask that the trustees not only look toward, I'd like to see an accounting of the citations and what was the agreement and where are we in compliance to the court agreement, and then for the board to consider to move it from district court to circuit court, because I don't think we have any teeth in district court. He agrees to things and then he doesn't comply. So there are a number of neighbors that continue to be very upset.
Thank you very much. Renee Polano, is it?
Renee Delano.
Oh, I'm sorry.
4124 Norman Road. I had a question, I see it's on here about the, I was wondering if they're going to do anything about the recycling. And if anybody thought about just getting garbage pickups for everybody and then we could have recycling?
That has been discussed, but I will have some information regarding recycling that I'm going to bring before the board later on tonight with Fort Gratiot. They're doing a trial run right now, and we were invited to join them because of the lack of people participating down there over the weekend. So
Yeah,
they have like three more.
I know what it closed down.
They have three more. They have three more trial days that they're going to do it. They do it on Saturday from 8 to 10. And I was going to discuss this a little later in the program, you know, later on.
Okay, and since you brought up Blade, I was wondering if anybody's ever going to try to do anything with the junk that the Gazeke's got out there.
Well, I think that's being addressed too. Is it
Okay.
not, Bill?
What's that?
Begayski's?
Yeah.
That's on there too? Okay, since we were discussing it, I thought I'd ask.
That's not owned by Burtchville though.
Right. Well, isn't it owned by his mom?
No.
Oh,
It's owned by some people in
That's
there
what
as
we were
well.
told, it was owned by his mom.
Anybody that wants to turn in a written complaint, though, you're more than welcome. That helps
Okay.
the process.
Okay, Renee McPhail.
6231 Lakeshore Road. I just have one question. When I was told at the last meeting, there was no verbal complaints, correct? That you only take written complaints? Because I had a couple of verbal complaints about other property, but I was told that I had to do a written complaint.
Well, yeah,
Correct. And I just want to make sure that the people that are here complaining about 6231 also do a written complaint. Because I kind of looked back when you took Louis to court in August, there's no written complaint. There's not one written complaint. So I like to know how this was taken to court without a written complaint.
Well, I'm sure there's written complaints.
I asked for them. I have 3 of them. That's all I have. And there was a verbal complaint made by
Well, those are
Mr.
written-
Fletcher in
those are written
August.
complaints, though.
A verbal complaint by Mr. Fletcher in August. These are February, March, and May. So I just want to make sure that we're all in agreement. Written complaints, not verbal, because I wasn't allowed.
Thank you.
Renee, is that your residence?
Pardon?
Is that your residence?
Yes, that's my mailing address.
Okay. Robert Everett.
Yeah, I just have a couple of things. The bids that were put out, I noticed that they were closed. When a bid's put out, like the lawn maintenance company, and you're the one that calls people, is that correct?
Yeah, we call it.
Okay, and on the lawn contract, can I ask how many people were contacted?
We never put it out for bid this year.
Oh, I must have misunderstood. I understood that was up
We
for
accepted
bid.
he agreed to do it for the same price that he did last year,
Right.
and he was awarded the contract for the same
Paul
price.
Peacock was in here though and asked if he could submit a bid, and he was told he could. And then he didn't know when the bid process
I
was
talked to Paul
closing.
Peacock, and I told him that we weren't going to put it out for bid,
Oh, okay,
and so.
okay. How do you get on the agenda? I had a little note here, although tonight's are different, but that I picked it up last month that said if you need to, you need more than 2 minutes to notify the clerk, which I did, but I was told that policy's
Actually,
changed.
those have been changed for months, Mr. Abernathy. I don't think you picked it up last
Yeah,
month.
I picked this one up
That's
last
been
month.
changed, because
but-
we changed the color of it even. That's been changed for months.
Okay. Were the minutes of last meeting, were they corrected? That I'd asked for a correction that I sent to Mrs. Trumbull? I sent 3 of them.
Because those are up for approval tonight. at this
Okay,
point.
so there was, how do you make a correction on the minutes? I thought I followed the procedure that you gave me.
Well, you can't make a correction, the board members.
No, I understand, but I made a suggested correction.
Mhm.
And that's what I was told to do, was to let you know, and that's what I did. Cut to date.
Those minutes have not been approved yet.
Okay.
Proposed.
They're
Yeah,
proposed. Okay.
minutes.
The dumpster ordinance, I guess it's gonna be discussed tonight, but I can't find one dumpster in the township that makes, that meets the ordinance, period, even before it's changed, after it's changed. All dumpsters are in open areas. The proposed ordinance is the cemetery only mentions the stones facing west, the proposed one. But the issue was actually about the headstones being placed at the feet. And it says in the ordinance that stones at the feet have to be flat. So there's still a little wording in there that should be corrected, in my opinion.
I will be discussing those later.
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mike, can it be a question too, or not?
Normally, we wait till after public
Okay.
comment at the end of the meeting.
Okay.
Anybody else wishing to address the board? Okay, thank you. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't know we had to fill something out. before we got here.
Oh, okay. I
Well,
asked
we
for.
still need one filled out. so they
Yeah,
can-
just, will you fill one out? Go ahead, state your name and your address.
Richard Yerke, I've got a couple addresses on Fisher, 4535, 4485. My son here, he lives 4445. It's a 20-year-old complaint, Jeff Payton. I mean, it's been going on forever. He runs a junkyard. There's just no end to it. I talked to Bill the other day.
That's
about-
one you're working on right now too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were here Friday to fill out a complaint, but we didn't know you were closed on Friday.
Okay.
What's the address of the place that you're?
75?
75, I believe. We took pictures. I mean, it's
been going on
He lives right to the west of me, and it's.
This is Fisher?
Yes. Yeah.
You guys, not you guys personally, but Burtchville Township.
Yeah,
has been
We've
dealing
had,
with this guy.
I followed you.
Okay. Bill, you're aware of this?
I'm very well aware of it. Right at the moment, he's in jail.
But you're in the east house, right?
Yeah.
With John Keegan going on?
Did you fill out a,
Yeah.
That's my house.
did you fill out a written complaint?
I will, yeah. And you've got all the Worth Township, I mean, even though they're not here and they're not part of Burtchville, they should have some say, so just, I mean, they're right across the street, you know?
Yeah.
I'm sure they don't want to deal with it either.
So I can't tell you how many cars are there without a plate. They're just, in pieces. There's motors laying in the yard and tires and stacks. And then he's got 100 pigeons that fly over everything.
Totally illegitimate. I mean, I understand the guy with the sawmill, at least that guy's trying to make a living. This guy isn't, he's just a bum. And he's always been a bum. Sooner or later.
Well,
he'll do something.
we'll take that under consideration. Thank you.